can look at my mail system literally hundreds of times a day because in a half a second I'm reading my mail. So let's take a look at this first mail message. Here's all of the mail messages I've gotten, and I can look at a list of them. I have 12 of them here. And the one that's highlighted shows its contents down below. Here's a picture of the person, in this case Rich Page, who sent the mail message, the date and the time that it was sent, and some other buttons over here that let me do some pretty neat things, which we'll go into in just a sec. Now, this message sent by Rich shows me the layout, or a picture, I guess a diagram, of our new SCSI connector. And I can smoothly scroll through it. And notice that in our mail system, we can put PostScript of any font, any size. We can put any color diagrams in, created by PostScript drawing programs or other types of drawing programs, and we just send it. Let's take a look at the next one. Bob Longo has sent us a mail message about a new office space.
I sent you brilliance in a BNG file. You sent me silence. Let's talk. I hit send with a SCSI dream, connector clean like a laser beam. You were out there changing fate, I was in the lab serving plate. Blueprints tight like apple shell, but you ghosted me, what the hell? I ain't mad, I'm just confused. You dropped the mic, I dropped the fuse. Deep down, you left me on red, while I was building tech instead. Your inbox was a black hole zone, my diagram died alone. I gave you gold, you gave me shade, now I'm the ghost that jobs made. I mapped the pins, I drew the flow, you dropped iPods, I dropped yo. I waited long, I stayed composed, but your reply forever closed. I'm not asking for a keynote spot, just a nice worker, thanks a lot. But you were busy changing lives, while I was deep in data drives. You had the turtleneck, the stage, the fame. I had the cables, the grit, the game. But one thing's clear in this tech charade, you never replied to Rich Page. Steve Jobs, you left me on red, while I was building tech instead. Your inbox was a black hole zone, my diagram died alone. I gave you gold, you gave me shade, now I'm the ghost that Jobs made.
And now, prepare for Oblation Comics Live with your host and co-host, Vinny and Christina Arbiter. Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, let's remove this from the stage. How's it going? Can you hear me? All right. I'm having technical difficulties at the moment. All right. Well, anyway, I gotta have to fix my camera. I'm not sure why it's not showing me. But how are you doing, Christina?
I'm good. Yeah.
You had a good week?
Yeah. Very work week.
Yeah.
Starting like a different job within my job. So it was stressful.
What do you do now?
I don't know. Now I'm like preloading auction shows, if that makes sense. So it's just like I'm just listing stuff. But
okay.
Like,
but you're still selling the same stuff?
Yeah, still Pokemon items and video games.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm still selling truck parts.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh man, it's a job. I tell you, there's nothing else like it, I don't think, because this is what I have to deal with. Can I vent for just a minute here before we get into the show? All right, so this is what I have to deal with for 8 hours every day. Okay, I have a guy walks in and he says, my truck is down. I need the part. And I said, okay, what do you have? And then he lists a brand truck. Like that's not as I don't want to like dox my my business or whatever, but we sell certain types of trucks and certain types of parts for those certain types of trucks. So he's coming in, has a completely different make and model that's we have nothing to do with. And I say, sorry, we actually don't have that, but you could go over, down the road and they have that. You do not have? Like, no, we don't have. There's a lot of Russian people that come into the store. No, sir. Like, I thought this is truck parts. Yes, sir, it is truck parts, but we don't have that part. And so he gets really angry at me. So to put this in a picture, it would be as if, let's say, Christina, you work at McDonald's, and I come into McDonald's, right? And I say, I want pepperoni pizza. And you say, sir, this is McDonald's. Isn't this fast food, Christina? Isn't it? Don't it's all fast food. Like, no, sir, there's only a certain type of fast food that the 8 hours a day, this is what I have to explain. And then the next guy comes in, same part. I need this part. Sir, we don't sell those here. This is a McDonald's, sir. It's not a Pizza Hut. So it's a great job. I love it, and I can't wait to go back every day.
Why do you get like Russian people?
Dude, they
That's
own
so
a lot
random.
of trucks, I guess. I don't know, man, but there's a lot of Russian people. And they're very short. When they talk to you, there's like that they don't do chit chat. They just, I need this part now. It's like, okay. So anyway, that's my job. I love it. Anyway, with that being said, I picked up a few books this week that I kind of want to talk about. We're going to transition into what I read this past week. Okay. This isn't all of them, but all right. So this book right here, actually, let me take it out of the foil here. This is by Rick Remender. This is a book called Escape. I'm going to try to put it on the camera. This is issue 1. This is a pretty good book, and I have issue 2 that I read. That's what came out last week is issue 2. Have you ever heard of this? It's an indie book.
No.
So it's about war, but they use anthropomorphic means to tell the story. I'm telling you, I like it. It's pretty good. I'll show you some of the interior arts by Daniel Acuna. I'll show you some good pages. I mean, this is like kind of classic war scenes. Dropping bombs. So, I mean, yeah, it's basically kind of just a classic war story where I'll show you. This is the main character right here.
You like war stuff, don't you?
I do, yeah. But so this one, like I said, they use anthropomorphic means to tell the story. But it's basically this character right here is behind enemy lines. So his plane goes down. His buddies or his compatriots, most of them die as he crashed behind enemy lines, and he has to basically set off a big bomb at one of their enemies' bases, and that's like his mission. And so the first issue kind of told that story of like what's going on. It doesn't explain like the politics of it. It's just like there's a war going on, and that's his mission. And then the second issue is more just heavy backstory with the main character, how he met his wife, and how he kind of just makes the character more alive and stuff. But yeah, it's really good. It's by Rick Remender, and the art is by Daniel Acuna, and yeah, I'm liking it. It's pretty good. I'll show you something from issue 2. I don't want to show you like the last page.
Oh, so you got two issues?
Yeah, there's only 2 issues out right now.
Oh, okay.
But all right, I'm gonna show you spoilers, I guess. I mean, it's not really much happening, but there's like the last page where he's behind the cave, and one of the I guess this guy is like basically a type of Nazi German soldier, and so he's about to kill him. But yeah, the art's good, the story's good. If you like war stuff, and you like animals killing each other, you'll like this.
No, really?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're so the idea. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. why would you want to use anthropomorphic means of telling a story? And when I say anthropomorphic, I mean like animals as humans. For the listeners at home.
Because I had no idea what that meant. I was just going along with it.
So anthropomorphic is just using animals in replacement for humans. So like they talk like us, they walk like us, they do all that kind of stuff.
So the main guy's like a bear?
Yeah. The main character is a bear, and the bad guys look like bats, I think. At least they call them bats. But why would you use that to tell a story instead of just regular people?
I think I think you could give off more if they're like bad or good off of that look, because with humans you can't really
Yeah, so it could be more clear that way. You could have an evil bat looking thing versus a cute little bear. But also people tend to care more about animals than humans, as bad as that sounds. That's just reality. So when you see animals getting blown up, it affects you in a different way than if you see humans getting blown up. So I think what he's trying to do is kind of just show you like the horror of war and how like there is really no good guys in war. Everyone is just trying to survive and do atrocities to each other. But it means it's on a different level when you see like animals. So like Watership Down was a great book that I'm reading to my kids. It's about bunnies, but it's about wartime bunnies. So it's a way to tell stories that have meaning and depth to kids that will keep them interested, but also make them care because they're animals and they're not humans. Now, that sounds terrible, but that is the reality of the situation. And so I think it's pretty cool that he's using animals to tell a story. I know, I liked it. But yeah, so the next thing that I picked up, now it's officially October 1st, Christine. Did you know that?
No.
It is officially October 1st.
Oh.
That means it's spooky season, officially. We got Halloween in 30 days. And so what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be reading more Halloween-themed books. But I didn't have to look for this one because this is a series I've been reading. It's called Hyde Street. Look at this.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Dr. Ego right there working on his patient. But this is Hyde Street. I'm going to read the opening line. So this is basically if you like Twilight Zone, but if you like more horror and violence, if you like that, but you like Twilight Zone, you'll like this. This is the opening line. It says, "There's a street just around the corner, both familiar and unknown. The street branching off every small town square and cutting through every big city avenue. It is a place where the wicked and cruel are drawn to the crossroads of morality and madness with the inevitable destination of not merely death, but something far worse. It's a place we call Hyde Street." That's how every issue opens up. And then it's it's a new story about a new character on Hyde Street. This one, again, is Dr. Ego.
That sounds fire.
Yeah, it's really good. So this is issue 9. I'm all caught up. I have all 9 issues. And it's a really, really great series. Again, it's Twilight Zone, but with more of a horror violence to it.
Following a villain the whole time? Like, is he the main guy?
No, there is no main. Well, I guess Mr. X-Ray. Do I have a? I don't really have. Okay. You know what? I'll open up some pages. So Mr. X-Ray, I guess, would be the main guy, the protagonist. So you can't really see him. This is not a great. So this is him on the top right here. But he has these I don't know, you're probably too young, but like back in the day, there was these like hypno glasses that like there were like X-ray glasses that you'd buy off of magazines, and they were fake, but kids would like, oh, I want those glasses, and you'd buy them. And so he was like a salesman in his life of like these fake, phony, knockoff items. And but there's something going on within Hyde Street where like he needs to wear them, like they're part of him. But right now in the story, they got removed, so he can't see anything, or at least he doesn't want to see anything. But there's different characters. There's Pranky, who is like a Boy Scout, but like a sadistic Boy Scout. He'll like light people on fire and like it's like yeah. So anyway, it's really good, and each issue kind of follows a different character. Where like Mr. X-Ray is like the through line. He's in pretty much all the issues, but like you find what other characters? Yeah, like so one will focus on Pranky. There's a Frankenstein character where like in his life he was like an actor, but he was like kind of hideous, so he'd play monster roles. And on Hyde Street, he is a monster. You know, he's like a Frankenstein monster. Then you have like the scorekeeper is kind of an interesting character. He's the one who's like running Hyde Street. And so basically the deal is if you deliver him like 10,000 souls, you could get back to your regular life out of Hyde Street. And so all these characters are
that's so interesting.
Yeah, they're trying to deliver souls to the scorekeeper to get out.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's really, really good. It's a highly recommend. Oh, and this is by, I didn't mention this, by Jeff Johns. He's obviously, you probably remember him for New 52. He did a lot of stuff for New 52 era of DC Comics, but he does his own imprint now called Ghost Machine. And so I read pretty much, I read a lot of Ghost Machine titles. So you'll hear me talk more about that as the weeks go on. But yeah, so High Street, good recommend, highly recommend. And then I read other ones, but the last one I want to talk to you about, Christina. I went to the comic book shop, right?
Okay.
And I saw something on the shelf that made my jaw drop. It was jawsome, Christina. Is what I can say.
No.
And I want to say that I tried showing this to you years ago. And I said, Christina, this is an amazing show that you should watch. And you said, is it amazing or was it something you liked when you were a kid and it's not good anymore?
Oh
and
my God.
I was devastated.
I know what you're going to say.
I was like, Christina, how could you say something like that to me? And it was nothing other than the Street Sharks, Christina, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ripoff. Now, I think my son took it because I had it up here and it's not here anymore. So I'm pretty sure he took it because I technically did get it for him.
Oh,
but
no.
I'm like,
I was waiting for the reveal.
Yeah, I know. It was right here, but I think Ben moved it somewhere. Anyway, yeah, so it's the Street Sharks issue 1, and I did get it technically for my son, but I saw it on the shelves. I'm like, are they still making? Like, what is this? You know, and I was like really excited, and so I was flipping through it, and I do want to confirm that yes, it was great when I was a kid. That's what I would like to confirm. I was flipping through it. It wasn't even an origin story. It was just like throwing you in the middle, like, hey, you remember this? And you kind of like thrown in the middle of the action scenes or whatever. But it was very nostalgic, and I did like it.
Now, the question is, Sharknado, is that a ripoff of Street Sharks?
Sharknado is a ripoff of Twister.
Oh. And Street Sharks.
And Street Sharks. Yeah, I guess so, because technically it is on the street.
Yeah.
Right? But they say Jossum a lot in the comic book, and I'm like, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, that's a literal thing.
Oh yeah, I didn't just make that up.
No.
Oh, and also I forgot. There's actually one more comic book that I want to talk about. If you'll indulge me a little bit more.
Yes, let's hear.
Check this out. This is by Robert Kirkman and David Finch. It's called Skinbreaker. The art in this is amazing. I mean, David Finch is just like a top tier artist. Look at this. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, Skinbreaker is. This is only issue 1. Issue 1 just came out last week, but it's essentially you remember the Black Panther movie?
Mm-hmm.
The first one. Did they make more? I only saw the first one.
I only saw the first one too.
Yeah, where basically the bad guy, I forgot what his name was, but he wants to become king of Wakanda, and they have like this battle. So it's almost a similar premise to that, except these are like with orcs. But essentially, the chieftain orc is old and is dying, and basically not really dying. He's old. He's still healthy, but he's just too old to run this tribe or whatever. And the way they do it is in order to become the chief. Actually, this is him That's the chieftain right there, and this is his son, the main character. In
Oh.
order to become the new chieftain, you have to kill the other one, and so his father, the old man, is like, dude, to his son, we have to do the trial. You have to kill me. You have to become the chieftain. Everyone, like, this is just the way things go. And his son's like, no, you still got life in you. You're good. And then he's like, if you don't do it, somebody else is going to, like, real soon. And so then, it could be a really bad guy. Sure enough, a really bad guy challenges him. It's like, hey, you're too old to run this. And so now, like, it ends like right before like the trial between like the bad guy and the old chieftain. And so now it's like the son misses opportunity. So it seems like something bad's about to happen. But overall, I mean, it's a simple story. It's very well written. Like Robert Kirkman, he's a great writer. And it seems like pretty interesting world that he's built. So I'm looking forward to issue 2. But yeah, that's what issue 1 was pretty much about.
It looks very like fantasy.
I mean, David Finch, I'm sure you're familiar with his art because he was with DC.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I know he did Batman. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he did Wonder Woman too. But he's a phenomenal artist, top tier talent.
Is it from another planet? Like, is it a different planet?
They didn't mention the planet name.
Clarify.
They just are the tribe. So I'm assuming, it's another planet. But I'm assuming that there's other tribes too that you're probably going to discover. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the story was good. It was kind of a classic tribal story, and the art is fantastic. So there's a lot of good reading this week. So I was happy about it. So basically, Saturdays I'll go to the comic book shop, see what they got, and then just buy whatever I think looks cool. Or if there's already stories that I'm into, I'll just keep buying those.
Do you have a good comic book shop? Is it like?
I do, yeah. It's
really?
Called Sailfish Comics, and it is really cool. Everyone there is really cool. I go there pretty much every week. I used to go every Wednesday, but my schedule changed, so I can't go Wednesdays now. So, with that said, I want to ask you something. What do you do do you go trick or treating still? Are you?
No, I think I don't think I ever went trick or treating.
Oh, okay.
Like ever.
You go to like parties, like Halloween or what is it, fall parties, fall festivals?
No, I just have like some friends over and we watch like a scary movie.
Okay, no, that's awesome. That's cool.
I
did something similar. I mean, so I take my kids obviously, I don't go trick or treating. That'll be weird. But I take my kids trick or treating. At least I used to. I work every Halloween pretty much now. So my wife does. Yeah, I know, it's terrible. That same conversation that I told you, that's my Halloween. That's what I have to deal with every day. So what I basically do is 2 years ago, I dressed up as Luigi. I remember that. I dressed up as Luigi. And when I say dressed up, what I mean is I bought a overpriced sweatshirt of Luigi, and then I promptly returned it the next day through Amazon. But my son was in a Mario costume. It was cute. But this year I got something very excited I want to do. So this Halloween, right? Since I can't go trick or treating with my family, I'm gonna wake up really early in the morning. Okay, and I'm gonna get this wig, this old old man wig with gray and stuff, and I'm gonna get tattered clothes. Kind of like a homeless man attire.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like a katana sword.
Where is this going?
Yeah. So I have a homeless man attire, old man wig, and a katana sword. Okay. And I'm going to wake up really early in the morning and break into my kid's room, like literally kick the door down from my kid's room and go up to my 2 little kids, 7 and 4, and just grab their face and say, "This was the last time before the world ended, and I just came back to see you one last time." And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to say, "If you wake up tomorrow, you'll know that I succeeded in my mission of stopping the apocalypse." And then leave, get trains again, and never talk about it ever again. That's my plan for Halloween.
Please do that.
What do you think about that? It's going to freak them out.
I think it might traumatize.
Yeah.
But I think that
But think about this, though. Think about this. If because they'll never forget that, first of all. And then they'll always think of me as the one who stopped the apocalypse happening, because they're going to wake up the next day and they're going to be like, oh my God, he did it. He did it. My dad did it. And then they're going to bring it up to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You guys got to stop watching movies. Like, like, what do you.
Please do that.
Yeah. So that's my Halloween thing that I'm going to be excited about this year. The only problem is I gotta have to one up it next year. So I have a whole year to think about it, but I'm definitely gonna be doing that this year. So yeah, that's my plan for Halloween. Now, as far as movies go, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but have you ever watched The Innocents? It's a ghost story.
You did mention it last time.
Oh, I did. Yeah,
but
I'm watching that.
Explain it.
I'm watching that. I watch that every Halloween. That's like, how you have Christmas movies that you watch every year? That's like a Halloween movie that I watch every year. It's really, really good. But yeah, it's the 1968 version, because they remade it a few times. And so the 1968 version is the best version of the movie. And the basic premise is this very wealthy uncle. He's looking for basically a housemaid to take care of his niece and nephew. On some kind of manor out there. And so he's like looking for a housemaid, and this young woman, beautiful woman who's, not married or anything like that. She takes the job, and he's like, oh, you're going to love it. The house is pretty much yours. All you have to do is take care of it. Of the 2 kids, you have other people working there, and, everything will be fine. And so it's a dream job for her. So she basically be's a mother to these 2 kids. And things start happening that's weird as she's in this manor in the middle of nowhere. It's a beautiful place. She's hearing things that nobody's saying. These 2 kids are acting really strange. Like, they're super sweet. They're very lovable, but there's something off with them. And then their housemaid before her drowned. And so like, there's all these different things going on. And so you're watching this movie, and it's very eerie. They do a lot of great camera work with like lighting, shadows, and all that kind of stuff, because it's black and white. And it's a great movie. And you don't know if she's going crazy or if she's actually seeing things that are there, And so I don't know, it's a fantastic movie. Highly recommend. But yeah, I'll be watching that on Halloween. It's a great movie.
Sounds like a solid one.
Yeah.
You know what I watched last year?
What's that?
We brought, Melanie came over, my friends, but you know her. And my dad's like, we're trying to decide on a horror movie. My dad's like, why don't you watch Jeepers Creepers?
I saw that.
So we watched it, and it was the weirdest thing I've ever watched.
Yeah, that was the one where when you play the music, Jeepers Creepers, the monster comes. It's such a bizarre concept. Why? Yeah.
No, yeah, it's really weird.
I remember really back in the day, me and my friends, we do sleepover parties or whatever. We watched that movie, but we watched it on mute, and we would do voiceovers for all the characters, and it was amazing. It was good memories. Of course, that was before YouTube and internet, so we have no recordings. Otherwise, we would have, I don't know, probably either been really embarrassed or had a lot of views. Mm-hmm. One of the two, or maybe both. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. But yeah, I do remember that movie, and it was a weird one. So monster movies are kind of weird. I like them, but they're a hit or a miss. So my favorite monster movies are the old Godzilla movies, and Gamera, and those really cheesy, old ones. I like those a lot. But the most recent monster movie that was really good, have you seen A Quiet Place?
Yeah, that was really good.
That was one of the best monster movies in recent times, in my opinion. Agree. I didn't see the second one, but the first one was really, really good. So yeah, that's my take on monster movies. But yeah, as far as horror movies go, I'm not big into demonic stuff. I don't watch that. I don't like slashers. That's something that I have zero interest in. I like ghost stories and psychological thrillers. Those are
I agree, because it's both ways. I used to just hate the demonic stuff, but now I hate the slasher because it's ridiculous.
I know.
Like,
So yeah.
they do, like, how did you even think of that goriness?
I know, it's so over the top.
Yeah.
You know, it's just simple, basic kind of like just violence. That's pure violence. But I like those ghost stories because like we live in like such a materialistic world that like we forget that there's like a supernatural, and so like ghost stories kind of like remind you in like a horror way that like there's something beyond the physical. And I always like that, even though they're scary. Like The Ring, that freaked me out when I first saw that. Anyway. Speaking of movies, though, I rewatched the Superman movie. So I had my mom come over, and we haven't seen her in a while. So she came over, we had dinner, and the kids wanted to watch a movie, and they wanted to watch the new Superman. Because I took them to the theaters to see it. It was my birthday. And my mom said, yeah, put it on. She wanted to watch it. And really good. It's the third time I saw this movie, Christina. When's the last time you watched the movie 3 times? It's been a while.
It's been a while. Maybe Spider-Man.
Which one?
The Amazing Spider-Man was the last one I watched 3 times.
The one you hate. Who was playing that?
With Andrew Garfield.
Oh, Garfield. Yeah, that was the first one he was in.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. I mean,
you hated him. What are you talking about?
Well, no, it's just because you loved him so much that it was funny hating him because of your reaction. It wasn't that bad. The second one I didn't like though, with him in it. Anyway, Superman. You didn't see that yet, right?
No.
No. I'm telling you.
It's up though. Like you could buy it online. So.
The what?
You could buy it online now.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what we did. We bought it digitally, and so it was really, really good. I know this is like old news now because everyone's like done talking about Superman, but not me. I'm not done talking about it. I thought it was really good. The third time I watched it, I noticed some new things, that I enjoyed. I liked. The only thing that was kind of weird is it's a kids movie. Ultimately, there's a lot of cursing in it. I'm like looking at my 4-year-old son. I'm like, I hope he doesn't pick up on all this. It's like just needless, vulgar stuff. But whatever, it is what it is. The movie was great though. Do you know what it's about at all?
Is it the origins Superman?
No, it's not an origin story. So he's 3 years into being Superman already. Basically, the premise is there's a war in another country. 2 countries are at war. Superman stops it. He intervenes in the war, but then because of him doing that, the world kind of turns against him. They're like, hey, who is this American guy stopping, foreign nations or whatever, foreign affairs? And so the world starts to turn on Superman. And of course, Lex Luthor's in the middle of all of it. And basically, the crux of the whole movie was the big reveal that, the original story of his parents in Krypton were like, hey, we're sending you to Earth. Be a good person there and save the humans, whatever. Well, in this version, James Gunn turns it on its head. And he's basically like, the parents, their message was, we love you. We want the best for you. So go to Earth. You'll be super strong there. And then take it over. And then establish your rule there and have lots of kids and to have like the Kryptonian bloodline not die with you. And so like, it was basically, that was the message. And Superman never heard that part of it before. But then Lex Luthor got his hands on it and the whole world hears it. And so they kind of all turn on Superman like, hey, he's here to, destroy us or whatever.
Rough.
Yeah. And so like his whole thing was like, who am I? Should I be the person that my parents wanted me to be in Krypton? Or, the person that the Kents raised me to be? And so
because he doesn't know who he is.
Yeah. He always thought he was something. And then he turns it.
Because he thinks he just does whatever.
I know you don't like Superman, but I'm telling you, it was really good. But like the pivotal point in the movie was the conversation with him and Lois Lane, where like Lois Lane is basically like, I'm punk rock, I question everyone. I'm suspicious. I ask the hard questions, like but you think everyone is beautiful. You trust everybody. Talking to Superman. And then he's like, well, maybe that's the real punk rock. That's what. And so it sounds cheesy,
This is
but
really the conversation.
yeah, no, well, no, it sounds cheesy, but think about this, Christina. Think about this. Write this down. Get a pen and paper. Write this down. Um, I'm just kidding. Um, if you live in a world, which we do, where everyone's out to get the upper hand, everyone has to lie, cheat, steal for power, all kind of stuff, full of corruption, full of power grabs, all kind of stuff. Punk rock is the rebels. So if you live in that world, what's the rebellious thing to do? Be kind, right? Show compassion. Those things in a world full of anger and full of power struggles, all that kind of stuff. The real punk rock thing to do is to be kind and bring beauty into the world. And that's what Superman does. That's all I'm saying. That's what makes him the greatest, because he gets it. Superman gets it. And so now when I'm at work, I think.
Did he take in orphans?
Did he take in orphans and train them to be murderers? No, he didn't do that.
To become his family members.
I know. No,
and
Batman
give them a
just
purpose.
Because I like Superman doesn't mean I don't like Batman. I have Batman comics in the back right now. It's just Superman is the greatest hero. Batman is the coolest. I'll give you that.
Can we talk about though how like Lex Luthor is extremely overdone, and I hate him so much. He's like he's so like boring for a villain.
No,
and I feel like
disagree.
that's the only villain Superman's ever like, unless it's like that one like. But I feel like he's like always like there.
I know you don't like Superman, but listen.
Talking about Lex Luthor.
Okay, Lex Luthor in this movie, phenomenal. He's a younger Lex Luthor. What James Gunn does so well is like he makes him into. He's brilliant. He's a genius, but he's so petty and he's so like egotistical. Like there's a great line in the movie where he talks about like how Superman just took the whole narrative of the world. Everyone's tweeting about Superman, and like he's not even a man. Like he's an it. He like everyone should be talking about me, Lex Luthor. Like I'm
going away.
Yeah, well, that's part of his character. That's why he gets like so wrapped up in himself, because he's so egotistical. He's so petty, and there's so many people like that.
There is.
Like, yeah. So I thought it was great casting. And it was a great depiction of Lex Luthor. I love petty Lex. Like that is a great version of him, and he played it really well. Like he's like there's scenes in him when he's like rubbing his like employees' shoulders. He's like a cool guy. Like everyone's like, yeah, this guy's great. But then there's other scenes where he's like knocking things off. He's screaming. He's like so like you don't know where he's gonna be in any moment. Like I just thought it was really, really good. And now obviously there's people that hate the movie because they love like the Zack Snyder version or the Man of Steel. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
It wasn't crazy, but like to me, that version of Superman is just like ultra power guy, man. Like that, like it had nothing to do with Superman. It's just a guy with Superman's powers.
He was
like
very
this
like
one,
hero.
Yeah, like for example, like okay, let's say we're in a building, right? We're working in a building, and we see Zack Snyder Superman, Man of Steel come in. I would get the heck out of that building because I know that building's going down. I'm gonna die. Like, if I see him show up on the scene, I'm like, I'm out, dude. I ain't gonna pull out my phone. I'm just gonna book it, beeline it straight to the door. Now, if this new Superman, Corn Sweat, that's who the actor who plays it. If he showed up, I forgot what his first name is. His last name is Corn Sweat, I think. I don't know. It's a weird name, but he plays the role perfectly. But anyway, if he showed up, if that Superman showed up, I would be like cheering him on. I'd be taking out my camera because like he saves everybody in the movie. Like a building will be falling and he stops the building from falling. There's a scene where a squirrel is about to get stepped on by a monster and he saves the squirrel. Like that's the thing that like maybe other superheroes like the Flash could do that, but they won't do that because it's like, oh, it's a squirrel. Like people, Superman not only can do that, but he does do that. That's what makes him Superman.
The Flash would do that.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
He would be like, sorry, I got other people to save,
Squirrel.
But anyway, you should watch it. It's a great
movie.
I was
just thinking about how like squirrels, like you see so many of them dead on the street, but you never see them like dead in the backyard.
Well, because they get run over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're smart if it wasn't for the road.
Yeah.
They just, like, do this.
Right. Well, I think most animals, like deers and like, deer in the headlights. But
Yeah.
Superman would have saved them. But you should seriously, you should watch the movie. You might actually start to like Superman a little bit. Oh, who knows?
Maybe not.
I think you might. I think you might.
But
Give it a
I'll
shot.
try it.
So yeah, so check that out. Also, what James Gunn is doing is he's making a whole new DC universe. Like, so you know how you have Marvel Cinematic Universe? So DC is finally doing that with a shared universe. And it starts with Superman. Like, that's the first movie of this new universe. And he's going to redo Batman. So the Batman, that movie that's coming out? There's going to be two different Batmans. There's going to be...
What?
Yeah, there's going to be... What's his name who plays it? Patterson?
Yeah, Robert.
Yeah, so he's going to be in this upcoming Batman. But then James Gunn is going to have his version within the Superman universe, Batman. So there's going to be two different Batmans parallel to each other.
I'm going to watch the James Gunn one because I do not like the Robert Patterson.
Why? Why would I like him?
It
I don't
felt
either.
like so emo. Like, I couldn't deal with it this slow, like randomly slow songs zooming in on, like, I just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, no, I'm actually with you on that. I watched the Batman. Actually, first I watched the series, The Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And then after that, I'm like, I should watch the Batman movie because I never watched the movie. And so I did. And yeah, a few things. First of all, that depiction of Bruce Wayne, it's got to go. Worst Bruce Wayne I think I've seen
literally
in any movie. And it wasn't because he was a bad actor. It's just that version of him of being like he's super emo. He's like a rich kid, but like not like the Playboy rich kid that like Bruce Wayne actually is. He's like, I'm rich and I hate it. Like this is so, like, oh, I hate this.
He's so in his emotions, and like Batman barely has emotions.
Yeah, other than anger and revenge.
Yeah.
So there was that, but also what bothered me is, I don't know if you remember this, but the last scene of the movie when he's putting everybody out of the flood, he's like got his little fire or whatever. So the last scene of the movie, he's like, what does he say? He says something to, it's been a while, but it's something to the effect of, Gotham, I was vengeance. Gotham needs something more than vengeance. It needs hope. I'm like, oh, Superman, welcome to the movie here, buddy. It's like, that's not Batman. Like that, he's literally changing who Batman was.
Now, how did you bring Superman into that?
No, I didn't. Whoever directed that movie did. Like, because that was Superman's whole thing is like, he was vengeance. He's the knight. He's supposed to scare criminals into not doing crimes.
Yeah.
And now at the end of that movie, he's trying to be hope, which is who's trying to be hope? That's Superman's thing, dude. Superman's supposed to inspire you to be better. Batman's supposed to terrify you to not doing crime. That's why
I agree.
They work well together because they're like two sides of the same coin. But not in that movie. And also it was weird because in the beginning of the movie, they were talking, like the characters in the movie were talking about Batman as if he was like a force of nature. Like he was like, oh man, we're all terrified of Batman. And then when he fights, when you see him fighting, it's like, I'm like, I think I might be able to jump in there and maybe get a good lick on him. You know what I mean?
Fighting scenes with Batman are always lacking. It's always so embarrassing. The fighting scenes with Batman.
Oh. Well, no, some of them are, I mean, he's a guy in a suit, so it's like hard to translate that sometimes, I
feel like it's possible by now.
No, I think Christian Bale did a good job. And I thought that even Ben Affleck, I liked his version of Batman.
Oh, no.
I liked it.
No.
I liked him and Christian Bale. But yeah, I'm curious to see what James Gunn does because I think he can do a really good job. I'm excited to see.
I hope he does so he did that Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I hope it's not like another origin.
I don't know. No, it's not. So he's not doing any origins because from what I heard,
cool.
everything's he's like jumping you into the universe that's already been going. That's his
Oh,
idea.
cool.
So like the Green Lantern. So Green Lantern's in the Superman movie, but it's Guy Gardner Green Lantern who does a great job. I love Guy. And there's already within this universe, there's already the Green Lantern Corps established. They don't talk about it in Superman, but Hawkgirl's in it. Mr. Terrific's in it, which Mr. Terrific has a great fighting scene in that movie, which is really cool. And then there's a Green Lantern show coming out on HBO Max that centers around Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. It's like a buddy cop detective kind of Green Lantern show, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, so like everything has already been going on, including Batman. So I'm curious to see what he does with it. Also, I think it's going to be more of like a brave and bold Batman. It's not going to be like Dark Knight. It's going to be like Batman, probably more like the Matt Fraction Batman that's coming out right now.
Okay.
Which I should talk about a little bit since we're on Batman topic. And the one time I did talk about it is the first inaugural episode that we never aired. But yeah, so I think it's going to be more of like a brave and bold Batman. Batman more as a superhero instead of a vigilante, like, closer to a superhero than he is to like a monster on the prowling the streets, So I'm excited about it. His first introduction, from what I heard, is actually going to be in a movie called Clayface. There's going to be a movie that centers around Clayface, and it's going to be a horror movie, rated R.
Oh,
how cool does that sound? I mean, that sounds
sick.
I'm excited about it. And I saw one image of it where it's a woman in a black dress, but she's got like this weird clay like scar on her face. And I'm like, dude, that is pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm excited about that. And that's, I think, what's going to introduce that version of Batman is that movie where he's probably going to come in at the end. I'm imagining. I don't know. But it's going to be about Clayface mostly.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm just hoping he steers away from the Joker. I'm kind of tired of the Joker.
Me too.
I would love to see, some more Batman villains that haven't been used that much. Like, if you want to bring in, like, Ra's al Ghul, like, I know he was in, he was in the Christopher Nolan Batman, but you could do him again. He's a great villain. He also brings in the League of Assassins and Talia and Damian, which Robin, I think, will be in this, the new Bat. Like, I think that's been confirmed that Robin is already established as well, which would be cool because the last Robin we saw was in those old Batman movies with like Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Yeah. So, yeah, things to look forward to. I think DC is going to be doing really well cinematically. I think James Gunn is doing a good job. Yeah, I'm excited to see. Oh, and the next one coming out, I think, is Supergirl movie, which she comes in the very end of Superman, and her whole thing at the very end of the movie is spoilers, I guess. I don't know if that matters to you, but she is not in the whole movie until the very end. She comes kind of crash landing, and she's a party girl that goes to planets with red suns so that like she could get drunk and like, party. And then Crypto is actually her dog. Spoilers. And so like the movie is gonna, I think, focus on Supergirl as like a kind of a party girl kind of thing. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't like Supergirl. I'm not a fan of the character, but I don't know. I'll probably watch it, see if it's good.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been interested in Supergirl, to be honest. Yeah. Because I feel like the origin story is too similar to Superman.
Well, yeah, it's the same origin story.
Yeah. So it's like,
But I'll check it out. All right. So with that being said, it is getting close to the end of the show. But did you have anything that you wanted to talk about? You've been watching or reading? I've been talking pretty much most of the time.
I did finish Solo Leveling. It was so good.
Yeah, you liked it?
Yes.
What did you like about it?
It was so good. Like, it just kept on like doing something you didn't expect. So that's why it was like the first season was like pretty like predictable with like him being, he's just kind of like OP, right?
Okay.
But in the second season, so good. And now I'm like trying to find something else to watch, but nothing can keep at that pace because like it was like so much fighting, but it was like fights you were interested in because like he gains like stronger abilities from like fighting. So it's like I'm trying to find another anime to like, but like it's just
So
slow.
is it finished or are they making more?
So they said 2028 if they are making another season.
Oh, okay. So all right, gotcha. Is it like a manga too? Are they like?
It's probably manga, but I
So
haven't
manga's
checked.
probably well farther ahead than
Ooh, good idea, yeah.
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 Manga
But
is so much
it was
easier
so
to
good.
find. I mean, like mangas, like if you go to bookstores, like Barnes and Noble and stuff, they have their manga section is insane.
I should, yeah.
But
Whenever
like,
I pick one up, though, it's like weird when I open it.
yeah, well, that's also part of manga. Is you don't know what you're getting. Um, but no, that's good. Yeah, I haven't read a manga in a while. I was thinking of trying to pick, but I'm reading so much stuff right now. I can't add more to the list.
I think you're enjoying comics right now because you were in a manga phase for a while.
Yeah. I mean, Gundam is probably still my favorite, to be honest with you. The original OG Gundam. But yeah, I mean, there's good stuff coming out. I just don't have time to. Yeah, I mean, the indie comic scene is so good, man. It is really strong. There's a lot of good stuff coming out in the indies. Marvel is getting better. So Marvel for the past like 20 years has been like not very good. And I hate saying that, but there's like no breakout character. Like, who was the last great character that came out that was created in Marvel in the last 20 years?
No, I literally can't think of anything.
Right. I mean, I think Deadpool was probably the last breakout character that Marvel had.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, yeah, I don't know. And DC too, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know what kind of breakout characters came out in DC either, but DC just has stronger titles right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably like 10 to 15 really good titles coming out of DC, where Marvel has maybe 5, that are, when I say really good, probably like 7 out of 10, But the indie scenes, a lot of them are like 10 out of 10. Like High Street, 10 out of 10 book. Like that's a really good, like if you're into like horror and, all that kind of stuff. It's really, really good. Skin Breaker that I talked about earlier. It's only issue 1. But I mean, David Finch is a fantastic artist. Even if you don't really like the story, the art is just beautiful to look at. Street Sharks, another 10 out of 10 series.
But my thing is, whenever like I go to buy an issue, like I could just read it and then put it back.
Well, you're not supposed to do that, but you can do that. I guess.
They're like so small. I like buying like the events.
Well, yeah. So like the trades are another thing where like it's a lot easier, and yeah, overall it's cheaper just to buy trades when it comes out. You can wait 6 months and then you'll have the trade. So the floppies aren't for everybody. I just like, it's nostalgic for me. I've done this for so many years that I'm gonna keep doing it. I just don't like all the variant covers. They make like thousands of variant covers. Like. And
that's true. Like, they do. They make like 6 for one.
Yeah, and it's like it's for collectors, but at the same time, it's like you're inflating the numbers of like store. You're inflating the numbers of like who's buying it or whatever. And it seems like an unhealthy practice. It seems like the things are not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm not like a marketer or whatever. I don't have stock in any of that, so I'm just buying what I like. That's all I can do. But yeah. So with that being said. Any final thoughts? Unfortunately, all things must come to an end, including this show. But any final thoughts the good folks at home want to hear? Shoot. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to talk to you, though. It's going to be like, you should watch Solo Leveling.
Oh.
So we could talk about it. I want to see your point of your...
You're not the first person who told me. I might try to check it out when I find time to. But... I will. You're not the first person to share that. I forgot. I totally forgot. I was going to do a character reveal.
Oh yeah. Sick.
So this is something I just did last night. This is a character. So we might have to go a little over, Christina. Are you okay with that? Going just a few minutes over? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a character that I from Arbiter, my comic book. His name is Charlie Cross. So his story is basically he was an ex-detective who was hot on the trails of one of my main villains, Vittorio Leonati. He is like the patriarch of the Leonati family. Angelo Leonati is someone we talked about before. I think last week, right? We talked about him.
Yeah.
Spinning wheel. So his father, he's the patriarch. This Charlie Cross was the head detective, and he was about to take down his father, but he got betrayed by some dirty cops in Leonati's pocket, and his car exploded, killing his partner and giving him this nasty scar on his face. So now he is presumed dead. However, as you can see, he's not dead. He was actually saved by a character I'm not going to mention right now, but is in the world of the Arbiters. Not an Arbiter herself, but in that realm. And she gave him what's called the Eye of Echoes that you can't see because it's hidden behind an eye patch. And it's literally an eyeball from a fallen Arbiter that she inserted into his skull, pretty much. His ability is when he focuses on with his eye, when he removes the eye patch and he focuses on anything, he could see the past, the present, and the future of whatever he focuses on. So, like if he looks at a building, he could see it when it's a mound of dirt, to everyone who built it, to when it's established, and then when it's a mound of dirt again. He sees like the whole lifeline of whatever if he looks at you, he sees the moment you were born till all the way till now, until the moment you die or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's his ability, but because he's not an Arbiter, it's very dangerous for him to use it because one, he gets lost in time. Like if he's trying to figure out a crime or whatever, and he says the crime was at this location, so he takes off his eye patch and he sees everything, and he can try to sift through the event to find when the crime happened and who's involved and all that kind of stuff. He sees it all, but he has to sift through all of the timeline to find it. He can't enter in the timeline, but he just sees it all. And so he could actually get lost in that timeline because he doesn't know where he is, who he is, and all that kind of stuff. So he has to use it sparingly, and also it drains his life force pretty much. So when he uses it, it's actually could kill him if he uses it for too long. That's why he has the eye patch on to cover it from being used. But yeah, that's Charlie Cross. He is the closest to a Batman character that I have in Arbiter, where he's very grim. He's a detective. He's not like a martial art expert, but he can handle himself. He's often with a crowbar, that's his weapon of choice. And he's he's kind of like an anti-hero where he just wants pretty much revenge. He wants vengeance, and he gets involved with the Arbiters, with Chris, the main character, throughout the series. So you'll see him actually come in the second story arc. So he's not going to be in the first 3 issues, but you'll see him. I want to say the 4th or 5th issue. Their paths cross, and so you'll see more of him. But yeah, so that's Charlie Cross.
He's super cool.
Detective with the Eye of Echoes. And that was my big character reveal. So sorry it was all the way at the end, but maybe that works out better. Maybe people have to watch the whole video to get the character reveal. What do you think about that? That's pretty cool.
Leave it off on a cool note.
Yeah. So anyway, everyone, it's been great chatting with you guys. Christina, it's been great talking to you. And I hope you all have a great week. And I will see you guys here next week. Bye.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
I love you forever. You hear me? I love you forever. And I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
you. Bring the hands down in front again, everybody. Okay, legs together. Relax. All right, everyone, we've got to take a recovery pulse. Find your pulse at your neck or at your wrist. I'll tell you when to count. Ready? Count. Stop. Now multiply that number by 10. The recovery pulse is important. The faster the body recovers, really, the stronger the heart is. When your breathing comes back to normal and the heart rate comes back to normal fast, it just means a nice, strong body. It means you've been working out and taking care of yourself, and that's the most important thing you can do. We hope you enjoyed the workout today.